Some signs don't just feel different. They feel like they don't fully belong here. It's not fantasy. It's not a trend. It's that quiet sensation of being born into a body that doesn't completely match what your instincts recognize as home. And the most unsettling part isn't who appears on this list. It's why, if your sign shows up, something inside you already knew. But wait, because the last sign isn't ready to hear this. Sagittarius, you don't hate rules, you hate cages. Since you were young, you felt something was off. It wasn't simple rebellion. It was physical discomfort when someone tried to limit you. Schedules suffocate you. Routine drains you. Expectations feel like ropes around your chest. And there's something deeper. Sometimes your body feels slower than your spirit, like your mind was built to run wild, but reality keeps asking you to sit still. And what nobody told you is that this constant tension isn't just restlessness. It feels like instinct memory. There are moments when you feel most alive, far away from cities, in movement, on the road, in open air. Something ancient wakes up inside you, the uncomfortable truth. You're not unstable. You're wild in a world that wants to organize you. If you ignore that instinct, you grow cynical. If you honor it, you come back to life. Aquarius, you don't just feel different. You know you are. As a child, you observed people like a visitor studying human behavior. You understand emotions, but you don't always experience them the same way. Sometimes you look in the mirror and feel a strange distance. Not self-hate, just incompleteness. As if your identity is wider than your physical form. And this is where everything shifts. Aquarius carries energy that exists outside conventional molds. If any sign can experience identity beyond traditional human labels, it's this one. The uncomfortable truth. You don't struggle to fit in because you're broken. You struggle because your identity doesn't fit rigid structures. That feeling of not belonging isn't always loneliness. Sometimes it's expansion. If you suppress it, you go emotionally flat. If you accept it, you find your tribe. Pisces, you don't just imagine, you remember. There are moments when you feel more connected to animals than to people. Human language feels clumsy compared to instinctive honesty. Your emotions can feel overwhelming, raw, almost primal. And what nobody told you is that your sensitivity isn't weakness. It's amplified perception. But this is where it deepens. Pisces lives in multiple layers at once: physical, emotional, intuitive. If any sign can experience fluid, shifting identity, it's this one. The uncomfortable truth. You're not confused. You're feeling more than most people allow themselves to feel. If you ignore your sensitive nature, you numb yourself. If you embrace it, you unlock creativity and meaning. You weren't meant to harden. You were meant to remember. Scorpio changes the energy completely. You don't transform lightly. You die and rebirth emotionally. There's a predator instinct inside you when you feel betrayed. Not out of cruelty, out of survival. You're comfortable in the dark. You observe in silence. You wait. And that intensity makes people nervous. But here's where everything turns. Scorpio carries raw, instinctive depth. Territorial, protective, intense. When you suppress that primal side, you implode. The uncomfortable truth, your intensity isn't too much. It's depth most people can't handle. If you deny your nature, you self-destruct. If you channel it consciously, you become unstoppable. You're not dark. You're authentic without filters. And still, you're not number one. Aries. Yes, Aries. Breathe before you react. You feel first. You think later. Your body reacts before your mind catches up. Sudden anger, instant protection, immediate impulse. Sometimes you don't even know where that surge came from. Your chest tightens. Your muscles activate. It's not drama. It's pure instinct. Aries embodies primary energy without filters. When you try to repress your impulsive nature to appear controlled, frustration builds. the uncomfortable truth. Your biggest conflict isn't anger, it's disconnection from your instinct. If you force yourself to be overly contained, you feel empty. If you learn to direct your fire, you lead with real passion. You weren't born to be domesticated. You were born to initiate. If your sign appeared, it wasn't random. Maybe you don't even use the word Therian, but the feeling of not fully fitting into your body, of connecting more with instinct than with social protocol. You recognize that. All these signs share the same tension. Instinct versus society. Nature versus expectation. This isn't about escaping humanity. It's about integrating instinct without losing awareness. If we suppress that side, we shut down. If we unleash it blindly, we destroy. If we understand it, we evolve. Maybe you watched this because something inside you needed to hear that you're not built wrong. You're feeling something deeper. So now the question isn't whether you're on this list. The question is, will you keep ignoring that instinctive part of you? Or will you learn how to live with it? Comment your sign if this resonated. If you made it this far, it wasn't a coincidence. Save this message. One day, when you feel like you don't fit again, you'll remember this moment.